bienvenidos a otro día de jueguitos. Ya comenté el otro día por cuál iba a empezar, que es el Sherlock Holmes The Awakened. Ahí lo tenemos. A ver qué tal. Tengo ganas, pues me gustan todos los juegos de Sherlock. Y yo creo que va a estar guay. Voy a mirar primero las opciones. Dificultad, bueno, esto es todo el juego normal. Coño. Esto lo quito. Otra vez me suena como alertas y son suscripciones de hace horas. No sé por qué me hace eso, Vale. Todo ok. Español. No sé si hablarán en español también o solo... Subir un poco el volumen. Lo tengo muy bajito en auricular. Y partidita, a ver qué tal. Uy, a ver, acabo en medio. La sombra sobre Londres. Pues estoy jodida la garganta,
Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can limit the price of your carelessness to merely hours of work rather than days?
My apologies, Mr. Holmes. I found myself rather taken aback. I saw tidier houses in war-torn Afghanistan. Are those my surgical needles?
I ran out of tacks and the matter required immediate attention.
Was that my supper?
Plainly not, for I was the one who ate it.
I set it aside for this evening.
And for that I am grateful.
Is that my bed?
Watson, since you've proven yourself a master of observation, might I ask you to apply your skills to a more pertinent question? Namely, the whereabouts of today's newspapers. They are the key to everything. The newsboy is usually reliable.
Medically speaking, I often find that the key to everything is good sleep. In a bed. Your papers are here, on the table.
Let us see what the postman brought today.
Joder. No he tenido tos en todo el día hasta ahora. Qué bien. Eh, 1882, 28 de septiembre. Las tensiones entre Inglaterra y Suecia están escalando tras una serie de percances desafortunados durante la reciente visita a Londres de la princesa Suka Hildur. El mayor de los escándalos fue la vergüenza de los cuerpos diplomáticos británicos tras la desaparición inexplicable del guardaespaldas personal de la princesa Hildur. Un miembro veterano de su círculo más cercano se aventuró a explorar Londres mientras estaba libre y nunca volvió de su paseo nocturno. Vale. Guardaespaldas de la princesa desaparece. A irse de paseo por la noche. Un portavoz de la policía le asegura al The Advertiser que están seguros que lo encontrarán, ya que es un miembro llamativo del pueblo escandinavo. Un hombre así llama la atención, ya sea la de otros hombres de los clubes para caballeros o el de las aves nocturnas que les consuelan.
Local gossip, all of it uninteresting.
Libro.
Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
Y una cartita.
Another letter from Werner. I never reply, but they keep coming. I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on the precipice of uncovering a pattern of crime across London spanning many months and involving many men. The missing paper cannot be a coincidence.
That's preposterous.
My dear fellow, life is infinitely stranger than anything which the mind of man can invent.
Well, life used your newspaper to wipe its posterior, so after that unpleasant discovery this morning, I disposed of it. But in lieu of the Strand, perhaps I can deliver you something equally tantalizing. I have just returned from a patient of mine, Captain Stemwick, who...
No, that will not do. Grab your coat, Dr. Watson. Let us hope nobody has collected the dustbin.
Falta el stand. ¡Uy! ¡Uy, Lola! Tirando todas las botellas.
The dustbin is yours for the digging, Mr. Holmes.
Hostia, lo tiro todo. Vaya desastre, ¿eh? Vale, con... He hecho como un efecto, ¿no? Vale. Estoy probando botones. Ropero. Ponerme un sombrero porque está lloviendo. ¿Y si no quiero? A ver, ¿qué guardo? Ah, es que lo estoy dando al otro lado. Vale. Aquí tengo la ropita. Voy a ponerme esto. ¡Ay! Pero no quiero llevar sombrero. Me quedo sin bigote tampoco, ni cosas raras. Y este es el otro. Diferencia la chaqueta y el color de... ¡Hola, David! Bueno, voy a dejarlos así. ¿Qué tal? Ay. ¿No hay botón de correr? Esto está cerrado. ¡Hola! Uf, las físicas. Joder, no he tenido tos en todo el día, ya de repente tengo todo la tos. Joder. Tengo que buscar en la basura. ¿Qué es esto? Un pincho de agua. ¿Qué me coge esto, tío?
You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil.
Ya, irrecuperable. Y esto me lo coge también.
A cactus spine. If it
Espina de
gets in your
cactus.
skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison, the perfect assassination tool. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You?
RT para correr, ahí está.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
A ver, niño,
Sorry,
dame
Mr.
un
Holmes,
periódico
I just sold my
que lo
last
uso para
paper.
cagar.
Blast. Then why are you still here?
Boss pays by the hour. No sense in returning early.
You're a bright child. I presume you see everything that goes on around here?
Nothing gets past me, mister.
Then tell me, did you notice anyone suspicious at my door this morning?
Like the man with your newspaper?
Precisely. What do you know?
I know the value of a shilling.
Dr. Watson,
Cool, now I can take the day off.
can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books. Up to his chin they were.
Never heard of a well-read assassin.
Looks can deceive, hence the appeal of disguises. Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by customers. Sorry.
Did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching your house, but I had a customer. Then there's a loud bang. I ducked down. Not because I was scared, because I wasn't. I had to protect the merchandise. And all I could see was him kneeling at your door.
All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
Thanks, Mr. Holmes. Maybe I could be your eyes and ears. Shillings.
Abre el libro de casos.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Entonces, esto es lo que hace juntar cuestiones. Qué lioso este, era más fácil el otro. No me estoy enterando de nada. No sé si tiene veneno la espina o no. ¿Y qué coño?
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here.
Creo que tengo que hacer lo que me dice de ahí. Vance es el que lleva un montón de libros, por lo tanto es evidente que es el de la tienda de libros, el librero, y que le entregó una novela a Watson, así que es el que estuvo ahí. Espina de cactus para asesinato, la explosión y Vance. Vale.
Come now, Mr. Holmes. Murder? Yes, Barnes has his quirks, but he also
Get the
has his
Strand.
screws.
Get your copy of the
Not
Strand
every
here.
pawn knows it's part of a game.
Get the Strand.
Vamos a
Get your
encontrar la
copy of the
librería.
Strand.
O sea, aquí fijar pista.
Here.
Entonces, a ver. No entiendo. Fija la prueba con una foto de una librería. Usando X.
Get the Strand.
Fijar. ¿Es eso, no? Dirección de la tienda en el libro. Está la tarjeta de visita. Pero le doy a lo de la pista, a la X.
Get your
¿Y
copy
qué?
of the Strand here.
No me marca dónde está la librería. Para un rápido acceso a la información cruda de casos. Abre el libro de casos y fija la prueba con una foto de una librería pulsando X. Ya le estoy dando a la X y es fijar. Fijar esta. Ah, vale, simplemente la tengo que encontrar viendo la foto. Barnes Bookseller, tengo que ver esta foto por ahí. Imagino que estará aquí cerca. ¿Y esta señora qué le pasa?
Is this familiar to you?
I'm really sorry, but I can't help you. Try asking someone else.
¿Dónde coño está esto, sabes?
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Pues solo quiero preguntar dónde está la librería y nadie quiere hablar. Ni siquiera he preguntado. Con este no puedo. Drugstore no sé qué, pianos no sé qué.
Is this familiar to you?
I'm really sorry, but I
Estoy
can't
enseñando la
help
foto a la gente
you. Try asking someone else.
para preguntarles si saben dónde está.
May I ask for your assistance?
It's a shame, but I can't help you.
Aquí nadie sabe dónde está la puta librería.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
A ver, al otro lado. Porque el niño lo sabrá.
I'll stand watch, just
No.
in case the strange man comes back.
Excuse me, just one question.
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Help me, please.
Ah, tiene que estar
Sorry,
por
sir, I
aquí.
can't help you.
Es aquí. O sea, están al lado, le pregunto al señor y no tiene ni puta idea. Y está justo al lado.
Do you even have enemies that would want to kill you? Okay, perhaps from Cordona.
So, answers a dog now. Who's a good boy?
Vamos a observar. Usarse los ojos de trabajar tanto. Las manos hechas una mierda. Tinta. De periódico. Dolor en la pierna izquierda, apoyarse en la derecha. Y lleva taconcitos para parecer más alto. Este de aquí. Sí,
Mr.
no creo que
Barnes,
haya sido.
a word. Ah, for goodness sake.
Hola, se ha pirado.
Who goes there?
Sherlock Holmes. Now, will you please?
Mr. Holmes. Golly, I did not see you coming.
Would you care to answer some questions for me?
Well, I wish I could, but I am deep in the weeds with work. How about we reschedule in a month or two?
Come now, Mr. Barnes. It will only take a moment.
Really deep in the weeds with important things. Well, help yourself to any book. Just take it and pay later. I trust you, Mr. Holmes.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. Let's find a way to coax him out. The ladder is broken recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Escalera rota.
I could hardly imagine anything more macabre.
Pues está chulo. Plantas exóticas. Plantas eternas por no morir.
Basics of cryptoanalysis. Cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby. In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when the job is done. I wonder who the recipient is. An improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible.
En plan señal.
An improvised
No.
stand,
Pero-
but it does make the flowers more visible. The finest view London has to offer.
Barnes has always been a little odd, but this is uncharacteristic even for him.
A ver. Libros de criptología, los de plantas. Escalería con el peldaño roto hace poco. No puedo meter nada más. Ah, vale. No, pero de criptología no tiene nada que ver. No sé qué estoy haciendo, la verdad, ¿eh? No sé qué estoy haciendo. No acabo de entender cómo funciona. El otro era más claro. Este es como... ¿Qué? O sea, ¿eh? Esto no puedo descartar. Es que... ¿Qué? ¿Retrato del personaje? Vale, o sea, él. Ay. No entiendo, ha desaparecido. Es que no sé, no entiendo. No acabo de entender qué estoy haciendo.
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
¿Me dejas salir?
The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
Hello there. What's your name?
Lily, I know, not very original.
Debe estar enamorado de la señora delante y por eso tiene libros de flores.
Our national emblem. God save
Para
the
saber de
Queen.
flores y saber de qué hablar con ella o para, ¿no? Cosas así.
It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
Familiar spine? Is what I found in my dustbin.
Vale, una espina de estas. Pero la señora dice que solo la vende, como diciendo, no tengo ni puta idea.
Familiar spine? The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Evita el contacto visual. Broche marido fallecido, o sea, está soltera. Se ha cambiado el calzado al llegar. Tela de lujo, que para trabajar es raro. Maquillada. Está intentando también ligar. Voy a darle aquí.
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. Is there a reason?
Does a woman need a reason to look or feel beautiful?
No, but your distant look suggests you seek one man's gaze in particular.
Who told you that?
Nobody. Merely a keen eye and some simple deduction.
Well, I'll kindly ask you to keep your keen eye to yourself, Mr. Holmes.
Coordinar pista, eso sería... A ver... Cactus...
One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove. And the sap is often toxic.
And a rose thorn can give you tetanus, but we still grow them. The cactus seems comparatively harmless. Though you have me thinking it must be valuable.
I was under the impression that you knew its price already.
Your guess is as good as mine. The first time I saw this cactus was when I came back from my break.
Que no sabe qué hace ese cactus ahí.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use a bit of water.
Do they mean anything to you?
Mean anything how? I'm not sure I follow, Mr. Holmes.
Why do you think they're there?
Are you suggesting the flowers are for me?
It seems likely, does it not?
Oh, I hope you're right. Are you sure you're asking the right person? I'm just a flower seller. I don't know anything about this, sorry.
¿Habrá algo que preguntar
I don't know
más?
anything
Yo se le voy
about
dando
this,
a
sorry.
todo, ¿o qué?
I'm afraid I can't help with that,
Yo
Mr.
le doy a
Holmes.
todo.
I don't know anything about this, sorry.
Are you
Sobre el
familiar
señor?
with Mr. Barnes?
Yes, no, not really. Well, in a way.
What on earth does that mean?
I know who he is, of course, but we haven't shared much more than a look.
A look?
Yes. Each morning I go for a walk in the park with my dog, and most days I spot Mr. Barnes there with his new puppy, so we see each other. Actually, we once met briefly while our dogs played. He was quiet and seemed unsteady as he approached.
Está enamoradico.
But since then, we've never spoken. I often see him staring through the shop window. Sometimes I wonder what he thinks about that would etch such longing onto his face.
Vale.
You're looking for a cactus needle in a haystack. A spine in a book stack? No, come on,
Está
Watson,
vacío eso.
think.
Ah, vale. Bueno, hay algo, pero... ¿Algo más para hablar o
I
ya
should have
está?
worn something warmer.
Estos son los objetos, ¿vale? La escalera, el cactus, las rosas y los libros. ¿Vale? Esto no puedo quitarlo. Estos son objetos, luego observaciones, que falta el periódico y información sobre la señora Fleming y sobre Barnes. Luego documentos, que es las flores que están en la ventana y lo que dice la señora sobre Barnes. Voy a juntar esto. Antes están hablando de... Exacto, eso estaba diciendo. Exhibe un ramo de flores muertas para atraer la atención de Fleming floristas para que ella entre en la tienda y dé consejos de riego o señal de desesperación. Lo típico, sí, que las vea y diga, uy, estoy aquí justo delante, te voy a ayudar y bla, bla, bla. Entonces, el mismo cactus que dejó caer sobre The Strand le regaló el cactus anónimamente, por eso apareció de la nada. Y lo pidió, el catálogo es donde tiene lo de los libros con las plantas. Vale. En plan, amor eterno porque las cactus son inmortales. Exacto. Esa es mi conclusión.
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell Mr. Barnes what we've learned.
A ver, ¿qué dice ese señor?
Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you did it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes. I can't hear you very well from behind the door.
You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue and then left it for Mrs. Fleming as a gift. You place flowers in the window to get her attention and wear high heels to appear taller and more desirable. You are her secret admirer.
Vale. Se ha puesto nervioso.
I couldn't read this morning's edition of The Strand because it was covered in soil and spines. I know you dropped a cactus on it and then fled.
Barnes, it's Dr. Watson. Rest assured we are not interested in disclosing your personal affairs to anyone, including Mrs. Fleming. Please come out.
All right, then. So, you know what happened then? I was on my way back from the post office, having picked up the cactus and some books. It was quite an awkward package, heavy too, and when I got to your door, I dropped the cactus in your paper. Forgive me.
I needed that paper to prove a theory and prevent a crime. Your actions were rather disruptive. Your clumsiness carrying the post is matched only by the clumsiness of your romantic gesture.
Oh, it's true. I am useless with this sort of thing. I'm not even sure if Mrs. Fleming noticed.
As in most things in life, truth is the answer. Cease with the obtruse signals and anonymous gifts, and simply talk to the woman. What is the worst that can happen? She rejects you, and you are freed from this endless purgatory.
That... Yes, you are correct, of course. I do have a slight tendency to overthink things. Thank you.
So, at last, we return to the matter of the paper. I'm investigating a string of burglaries. Did you perhaps read of any before the edition was spoiled?
I don't recall, but you're welcome to read our copy for yourself.
You had an issue of The Strand here all along?
Well, naturally. I am a bookseller. I have a subscription to every magazine and newspaper in London.
Puede
So
ser
you
más
ought to be
rápido hacer
familiar
eso.
with the concept of burying the lead.
Oh no, my apologies, Mr. Holmes. I'll make it up to you however I can. I am an expert on obscure languages and translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper.
Vale, entonces ahí pone: explosión de salitre sacude el puerto. Los lugares del puerto de Londres se despertaron sobresaltados anoche con fuertes estallidos y un humo rojo que interrumpió el descanso. El barco mercante en Moskva arribó al muelle N3 por la tarde en su ruta hacia Europa cuando se sucedieron varias explosiones que conmocionaron a todos. No han comentado el incidente a las autoridades portuarias y se desconoce si había tripulantes a bordo en ese momento. Los testigos afirmaron ver una fuga de salitre al río, pero como la zona está restringida a trabajadores y al público, es posible que pase un tiempo antes de que tengamos un informe completo de lo ocurrido.
Come, Dr. Watson.
Explosión de un barco.
Let us put this matter behind us.
Farewell, Mr. Barnes. I hope to hear good news about you and Mrs. Fleming.
Vale.
Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely.
There was
Ganas
supposed
que
to be
tiene que
another burglary.
encontrar
I was
asesinos.
certain of it. Something you wish to say, Doctor?
No? Well, only that you have a remarkable faculty for deduction and pattern recognition. And that perhaps, if ill-applied...
I see things that are not there.
Yes. It is London. There will always be burglaries. Doesn't have to mean anything.
So it seems. Forgive me. Without something to occupy my mind, I turn into an entirely different animal.
Which brings us back to my news from earlier. I think I have a case for you, a real one.
Truly?
Indeed. Though perhaps not as thrilling as your stories from Cordona. A patient of mine, Captain Stenwick, told me that his servant disappeared. I said I knew just the man to help. What do you say?
Oh, Watson.
Yes, I know it's not the most tantalizing mystery, nor the story to launch my writing career. But...
It's brilliant. Let's go.
Oh, good. Well, his house is nearby. Come.
Mansión Stenwick. ¿Para allá? A ver, me sale aquí... Aquí. Mansión, pues era esto.
Not much further now.
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my altercation with Inspector Lockhart? Did he put you up to this?
Sir, the inspector has nothing to do with it. I'm telling you the same thing I tell anyone seeking a missing person.
Good day, gentlemen. Forgive the intrusion. Captain Stenwick, this is my colleague Sherlock Holmes, the consulting detective I told you about.
At last, a professional. This useless officer refuses to do anything about Kimmy here, my missing servant. What was your name again? I shall be certain to inform your superiors.
Sergeant Ruffles. And it's my superiors who made this decision, sir.
Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course, here and there. But when life is tough and opportunity comes knocking, you can't blame those who answer.
Why has the police department decided not to help?
We investigate murders, thefts, fraud, arson, real crimes. A servant walking away from his master is not our highest priority. That said, if we find Kimahia breaking the law, we'll be sure to notify Captain Stenwick. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
You heard that, didn't you? The way that man spoke to me. I shall need your written testimony, then we can lodge a complaint.
Captain, perhaps Mr. Holmes' time is better spent learning about your servant. so that he may begin his investigation.
Ah, yes. Quite right. Fire away.
When did you last see
Quiero
your
darle
servant?
arriba y ha vuelto.
Kimmy here normally brings me the morning papers, but yesterday I had to get them myself. He must have escaped the night before yesterday.
Tell me about Kimmy here.
He's foreign. A Maori. All the way from New Zealand. Biggest man you've ever seen, and as strong as two. Dark hair and fearsome tattoos. He doesn't speak a whit of English. Never bothered to learn. But I made do with pointing. I invested a lot of money in him, so he must be found.
May I see your servant's bedroom?
His shack is in the garden. You can't miss it.
Did you search the room?
Of course, but only to check he wasn't lying dead inside. Everything seemed normal at a glance.
I take it this is the first time Kimmy here has vanished?
Undoubtedly. The man seemed terrified of the city. I think it was all the noise. He never left this estate. Should he cause any damage, I will bear the responsibility, for it was I who rescued him from savagery and brought him here to England in the first place.
Is there any reason Kimmy here may have left?
I should think not. He had all he could have wanted. Gainful employment, new clothes, and all the cabbage he could eat.
Did Kimmy here make off with anything of value?
Heavens, no. I would have mentioned it to Sergeant Ruffles.
Still, he must have fled with some money on his person.
No. I kept his wages in my safe. For security.
All right, Captain. I think I have enough to get started. We shall first take a look around the mansion.
Go ahead. I'll be here, mentally drafting my complaint.
Vale, ha desaparecido el tío ese. Vamos a ver un poco la casa primero. Dormía en el cobertizo. Ya verás tú. Aquí hay...
Chewing tobacco.
tabaco de mascar. Y esto me sale así verde. Pisada.
A shoe print, roughly size 11,
Talla
with a worn-out
45,
sole.
desgastado.
These are a workman's boots.
Y botas de obrero. Esto no puedo, ¿por qué? Algo tendré que mirar antes. No sé. Oh, espera. Ah, que me deja moverme para acá un poco, pero... no sirve de nada. A ver, voy a acabar de mirar por ahí. A lo mejor tengo que ver algo antes para... no sé. Ah, vale, es con eso. RB. Marca de rodillas escondiéndose.
Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests
En plan
they were
fumando
living
sin
a
que le
while.
vean y tal.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right. A scrap of Hessian. These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them.
forma de cara.
Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact.
Alguien se
Someone hit
metió,
their head
se
here.
metió una hostia aquí.
A small navy spyglass.
Catalejo.
Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly? No air coming through it. Button chops. The remains of a meal.
Restos de comida, chuleta.
The ashes are long since cold.
Hace bastante que están apagadas. ¿Y esto?
A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
Ah, I'll never forget that smell after my time in Afghanistan.
Opioide.
That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, a narcotic.
Is this a Tanifa, a Maori water spirit, or something else?
Either way, it's giving me chills.
Esto no me encuentra nada. Es normal. Ahora. ¿No? Espera.
A Maori
Ahora.
nose flute. Ngurus, they're called.
Vale. Esto también. Me sale
No air
esto.
coming through it.
Esto es para hacer lo de el dibujo de cosas. ¿Qué? A ver si falta info. Epa, estaba taponado.
The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney.
Epa. Ruedas de algo.
Could have left these tracks. They seem fresh.
El carro este. Está reventado. Objetos, relaciones, documentos. A ver. A ver. Los restos de tabaco con el hecho de que se agachaba ahí. Pistas, ¿cuál es esta? Esto. Ok. A ver, aquí dice lo de la explosión. A ver. Tengo esto. Para aquí, para aquí. Aquí no. No. Me lío con los botones. Interior, no sé qué. ¿Qué es eso? Es que no. Me lío. Que no sé cómo va porque no me lo han explicado. Algo así pone anterior y siguiente. ¿De qué? Yo no entiendo. No funciona nada. Es que no entiendo. ¿Falta info? Tienen que estar todas las bolas para poder decidir un orden. ¿Estoy marcando un orden o no? No entiendo nada. Es que no explican nada. Vale, el pincho ese es que tengo que seleccionarlo para fijar y poder seguir. Vale. Cuando sea necesario. Esto es lo que hace que vea eso. Vale. RB, pues activar la concentración. Sí. Dentro aparecerán esferas pequeñas. Sí. Que desbloquean figuras conforme progresas. Sí. Para diferentes interpretaciones, pero no tengo más que una en cada una. Y aparece cuando todos los puntos se activan. Falta info. Qué lío. Si esto lo fijo, ¿qué pasa? ¿Tiene que hablar con el señor?
I will not be long, Captain.
¿Qué? Ay, que tengo que marchar. A ver, señor. La llave
The door
esa.
to your garden has an interesting lock.
Yes, I have uncommon locks on every door of my mansion. It makes them harder to pick. Kimmy here and I both had a set of keys.
I'll need to borrow them.
No, you'll need to do what I tell you to do. Examine the garden.
Joder, tío.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack. Are they Kimahir's?
Yes. I had to give him something to clothe himself. He seemed unfazed by his bare skin, but I found it distracting. Where on earth are you going with this? I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
Do you happen to know Kimahir's shoe size?
I wouldn't have the foggiest. But I'm sure it was enormous. Not that it matters. He spent his life barefoot. Despite my best efforts, he simply did not take to shoes.
Lleva zapatos, así que la marca de botas no es del Kimija, ¿eh?
I thought you were meant to be intelligent. I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
Could it be Kimahir's, perhaps?
I doubt it. I never saw him with it, nor could I suggest how he might have come by it.
Has Kimahir ever indulged in tobacco?
No, the man doesn't even drink.
Are you certain? I found chewing tobacco in the garden.
I controlled Kimahir's expenses since he struggled with the currency. I would have known if he used tobacco.
Alguien se ha puesto por ahí. Aquí no me ha salido nada nuevo. ¿O sí? Claro, es que están sus huellas, tío. Será faltando info, creo. Aquí nada.
Why are you still here?
Creo que debería salir fuera. Y esto, por ejemplo, aquí. Anterior. Claro, ese no es. Exacto, aquí hay alguien. Esta es otra opción. Esta es otra. En la otra había un catalejo ahí. Hola, Edward. ¿Cómo estás? Bien, ¿y tú? Aquí no sé qué está haciendo esta persona, pero no encajan las huellas. Y este tampoco. Es este. Este es el que encaja perfecto, ¿vale? ¡No! Cada uno tiene 3 puntos. Y solo tenía uno de cada, por eso no me aparecía. Este por un lado. Luego. Este... Me sale que él es el que se cae, pero puede que no sea él el que se caiga. Es ese humano que no sé quién es todavía. Y aquí arrastrando al tío, puede ser. Puede ser, ¿eh? Y este sería él fumando eso. ¿Y el otro qué es? Ah, allí fuera. Bueno, en verdad creo que son los dos, ¿eh? Eso de ahí. Bien, acá disfrutando del directo. ¡Genial! Pues no sé si he hecho esto bien. Si yo he hecho, faltan 2
makes a
todavía.
servant live in a tool shed. You think you know someone.
Voy a tener que ir, creo, fuera a investigar un poquito. ¡Ah, mira! Ahora me sale esto, antes no me salía. La marca es de esto. Marcas, correcto. De ahí. ¿Me saldrá ahora o no?
Do you think Kimmy here had an accomplice in his escape?
Aquí no puedo. Voy a salir a ver. No puedo ir por aquí. Hay al caballito ahí en el suelo. Vale, por aquí no hay info ni nada. Estará todo dentro, ¿eh? Estará toda la info ahí. A ver, a ver, a ver. A ver por aquí. Nada.
If you find my man, I have a marvelous whiskey with your name on it.
A ver. Es que todavía no sé muy bien cómo va porque a la primera que ahora haga unos resultados de esto diré, vale, ya sé cómo funciona y luego ya bien. Pero ahora mismo es un lío. Tengo esto por aquí, 1000 cosas. Que solo lo que tiene el pincho ese puedo fijar. Pero lo fijo y ¿qué? ¿Qué hago? Esas bolas tengo 3 que ya las he visto y he puesto lo que yo creo que ha sido. Pero me siguen faltando 2 más para que se complete.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right.
Anda esto. Nuevo. Llave. Ahí está. Ahora hay todo 4. Aquí. A ver, una opción es esta, que es él mismo abriendo la puerta. El que ha desaparecido. Y el otro es la persona X, que no sabemos quién es, que es lo que voy a dejar. Y falta una. Se va como desbloqueando, creo, ¿eh? Porque eso, por ejemplo, no estaba antes. Hay como que ir mirando y ir desbloqueando, ¿no? Aquí no veo nada. Señor.
Yes, Denwick is no angel, but he's one of my few clients.
No puedo coger la llave para abrir aquí. Joder, con la mierda esa chutando. Falta una mierda de esas verdes que se iluminan para la siguiente pista. Ah, espérate, claro. Tengo que mirarlo aquí. No, esto ya está hecho. No, creo que falta info. La cerradura y la persona esa. No, es que no me sale, tío. No me sale nada. Falta info, creo, ¿eh? Fijar. Ah, si lo fijo, creo que ahora me marcará lo que... ¿No? A ver. Es que no sé, estoy haciendo pruebas porque como no lo explica... ¿Ves? Ahora. Vale. Tengo que seleccionarlo para que me marque esto ahora. Bueno, voy aprendiendo cómo va.
Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden.
Vale, entonces este punto... El mismo no sé si va a ser esta persona. Y lo último es... Llevando el cuerpo correctamente. Yo creo que es esto. Validar, Y.
Surveilling from afar, the intruder waited for a window of opportunity. When Kimahir went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimahir inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimahir had the key in his shack.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
Ahora tengo que ir a hablar con el señor, imagino. A decirle, mira...
You'd best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimahir. Likely the owner of the spyglass I found earlier. It appears they were watching for some time, as there was an impressive amount of chewing tobacco on the ground.
And your point?
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimahir's brazier. There are several explanations, perhaps your servant's recreational interest, or an attempt at poisoning.
Cut to the chase, Mr. Holmes.
You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you notice the cart tracks near it? Now, one ought to expect a servant to make regular use of such a thing. Indeed, I would have overlooked the detail were it not for the cart's absence. If, as you say, Kimahir never leaves your estate, then where did it go?
I expect answers from you, Mr. Holmes, not questions.
I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Kimahir was abducted by the owner of the spyglass. When your servant fell asleep, he slipped a narcotic into Kimahir's brazier to make him sleep even more soundly. In order to carry a man as large as Kimahir, the intruder stole the cart and rolled him right out of your garden.
Now, hold on. All this simply to tell me what I already know? Why haven't you found him yet?
I only arrived a moment ago. It is, frankly, incredible that I have already deduced so much.
Every second you dawdle here, waiting for me to stroke your ego, is another second wasted. I'm not interested in the how, the why, or the who. I am only interested in recovering my investment. Spare me the claptrap, boy, and go and fetch my servant.
Truly, there is no better evidence of a man's nature than the way he treats those who help him. And you, sir, are a brute. The cruelty of your ignorance about the Maori people, your selfish attitude to a man's kidnapping.
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this for a reason. The intruder fled through the garden door, and we need a key to follow his trail.
Well, then you should have led with that.
Si la he pedido
There you
antes,
go.
no has querido darla.
I hope you'll return soon with good news. And in the meantime, please teach your companion the art of brevity.
Imagino que necesito más info para seleccionar aquí cosas. Ahí. Va, a ver. Voy a ir para allí primero. No tengo que seleccionar nada aquí. A ver, me ha dado la llave, vamos a ver. Me equivoco de botones todo el rato. Ahora, ¿cómo coño se hacía el efecto que acabo de hacer? Esto, joder.
Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bosun's chair. Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimihia's cart, I gather.
Cartera.
Roy Soulsby.
¿En
That'd be
serio
the
he perdido
name
la
of our
cartera
man.
con su nombre ahí?
A strange substance. I have my suspicions based on the color and consistency, but would you care to hazard a guess, Doctor?
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done. A large pile of horse droppings. Many cigarette butts. Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night.
Vale, sabemos ya quién es y todo. Esta calle estaba bloqueada, ¿no? Y ahora no. Entonces la llave no ha servido para nada. Podía haber pasado. Coño. A ver. ¿Quién era ese señor? Ahí. Tarjeta. Es uno de cada color, ¿no? Que tengo que poner. que estos no me dejan ninguno. Algo me falta. Vale. Todo esto para acá. ¿Esto lo puedo juntar? ¿O estos son errores del palo? Esto no hace nada. Bueno, cuanto más quite de medio, mejor. Aquí no puedo hacer nada de... ¡Ay! Coño. No sé, no acabo de entender. A veces no acabo de entenderlo todavía, ¿eh? Parece. No hay nada que tenga que seleccionar. A lo mejor tengo que salir más fuera.
This dreary rain is making a miserable day even worse.
Mira, es que están las marcas.
Are you able to help me?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
¿A dónde siguen las marcas? ¿Para allí? ¿Es esto, no? Buah, a saber. Se junta aquí con otra. Yo creo que es decoración. No sé si tendrá algo que ver.
May I ask for your assistance?
Sorry, sir.
Y nadie puede ayudar una mierda, tío. Buah, esto se va para todos lados. Esto sí, bueno.
Get the strand. Get your copy of the strand here. Why don't you give me another shilling now? Because I'm sure I'll spot something else soon.
Creo que es decorativo.
No?
Estas marcas, aunque coincidan con aquellas, no son las mismas. No tiene nada que ver. Porque hay 1000 que van para todos lados. Esto de aquí sí. A ver, más para allá. que no, a ver. No entiendo, es que, a ver. Es que ahí me sigue saliendo que tengo que mirar algo de aquí que no he encontrado. ¿Qué características tenía el secuestrador y dónde iban las pistas de... Características del de este, pues... Pistas estas con... Esto. No, el tabaco... de visita, ¿qué era la tarjeta de visita? Lo del nombre, Roy Soulsby. Vale, ahora. Era un marinero. Y aquí... Ahora sí me deja. El marinero. El puerto. Vale. Ya tengo que ir. Taxi al puerto.
The Strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident. Doctor, do you recall?
The Port of London. Of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.
Taxi.
Where to, Governor? The Port of London, please. I will show you where to stop.
Pues vamos al puerto. Capidos.
Mr. Holmes, what a compelling mystery we have stumbled upon. Perhaps I have the premise of my next novel.
One kidnapping does not a story make.
Stop! A black cat crossed before us. It's a bad omen.
I do not take you for the superstitious type, Doctor. Such things are mere fantasies, tricks of a feeble mind. One imagines a physician would keep a surer footing in reality.
Perhaps. Before the war, my time abroad was difficult. Once, I came across an Afghan, bleeding, who I could not save. He pressed a rosary into my hand. A gift, he said, so as to gain God's favor. After that...
Dr. Watson?
Yes, well, I shan't get into details, but sometime later I found myself lost in the desert. Dehydration set in, and things grew ever more dire. The man's words came to me. I said a prayer, placed the rosary on a rock. A gift to gain God's favor.
And you were rescued?
Yes. A detachment of British soldiers found me.
To whom I'm grateful. Without their diligence, you would not be standing here and I would not have this case.
I'm sure you have another explanation prepared, Mr. Holmes. but I think I shall cling to the occasional superstition all the same.
To each his own, Dr. Watson. So long as it does not interfere with my methods, do it. We must press on, cat or no cat. The question remains, why abduct Kimahir?
Vale. Vamos a buscarlo. Puedes preguntar a la gente que no te dice una puta mierda, pero bueno. Jugar con la tarjeta de visita, fijar. Vale, tengo esto. ¿Quién secuestró? ¿Dónde está? De momento, 0 pistas. Vale.
Could you help me?
I think I can help you.
Voy a abrir un momento la ventana que me aso de calor. Escuchar más ruidos, pero es que estoy ahogándome. El hombre suele deambular cerca del muelle, el Solsby este.
Can I ask you a question?
It's a shame I can't answer your question.
Vale, no puedo.
Oh, hardly a reputable establishment.
Gilbert lleva sobre una semana. Avisar si le ves. Juntar a Daya en poblado de chavales del puerto. Harapo rojo de en la entrada de la casa. Persona desaparecida. Otro desaparecido. Cuidado.
I've seen worse. Greetings, miss. I'm hoping you can help us.
We shall soon see.
I heard tell of a recent explosion in the port. What do you know of it?
Ah, yes. Something exploded in a ship's cargo hold. Caused a terrible blaze. The sky was red with smoke till morning.
Where precisely did it occur?
The ship sank near the 3rd pier, next to the dockyard.
Primero observar. Labios cortados. Unas esas matutinas. Está la preñada. Estuvo hinchada. Está preñada. Pantalones apretados. Yo creo que en esa enterado, no sé. Intenta ocultarlo. No, va a ocultarlo con algo estrecho. No tiene ni idea. Se escuchó un gatito.
Miss, what if I told you that you are in the family way?
No, really? Oh, thank you, sir. How would I, a simple woman, have ever known without your help? You must be a doctor.
In a manner of speaking.
He's not. He merely has the ego
Va,
of
es que lo
one.
sabía.
I
Entonces, cámbiate de
apologize,
ropa que no te
Mr. Holmes
apriete.
is fond of his observations, but I am the doctor here, not him. Do you need any help?
I'm fine, thank you. Would rather not discuss my condition, nor let word of it spread.
My colleague and I are seeking a burly man, above average height, with workman's boots.
Half my customers, then. Your description hardly narrows things down.
We must go.
Ay, no, la
no,
otra opción. Es que
no
siempre
chance
sale
of it.
de normal la de irse. No, la otra.
Are you familiar with a Roy Soulsby?
Roy Soulsby? I know the name, but he's not one of my regulars. My guess is that he works somewhere around here.
What do you know about this poster?
A foreign woman asked to put it up. She's plastered them all over the pool.
Any clues as to her whereabouts?
None. It was hard to understand what she was saying.
Es otro de... ¿Y ese gato dónde está? ¡Hasta aquí, gatito! No lo puedo acariciar. Hola.
It appears that the saltpeter explosion rattled the locals. Can't blame them for
Y
staying
esa
home.
señora llorando ahí.
Are you able to help me?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Poblado de chabolas. Era una casa que tenía aquello rojo, no sé qué. Aún así yo voy a mirar todo. ¿Qué pone algo? No se puede. Entra por otro. ¿Será aquí? La otra que desapareció.
Hello, lad. Is this where I may find Dale?
You read the poster? Yes? You know where my brother Girves is?
Sadly, no. Well, not yet. I want to speak to Dea. Is she around?
Amma, my mother. She got sick after the fire. Big red smoke. She couldn't breathe, so I took her to the doctor. Now I am in charge.
Where did you last see Girves?
He worked at a, warehouse. This man, Roy Solby, gave him the job. He paid him a necklace.
Coño, dale.
How would you describe this Salisbury?
He was big and strong. He had a big scary eye.
Scary, you say?
Yes, like it was made of metal.
Do you still have the necklace that Salisbury gave to Girves?
Girves left it near the shrine. I tried to sell it to buy Amma medicine, but no one wanted to buy.
Don't go anywhere.
I miss Girves. Do you think he's okay?
No. No, nena, no.
This cheap pendant looks like silver, but it's only made of tin. No surprise the boy couldn't sell it.
Vamos. Nada por aquí. Voy a ir mirando esto porque si no... Ah, bueno, no tengo nada desbloqueado. Si no saldría el dibujito de... sí que me deja. Pero falta info. Vale. Epa. Señor.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Help me, please.
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Es enorme todo esto, tío.
Do you know anything about this?
Sorry, sir. Can't help you.
Coño.
Could you help me?
Sorry, sir. Can't help you.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Te pierdes, tío.
May I ask for your assistance?
Hostia. Puede que haya ido a ver al barco. No. Lo que no sé es cuál es el tercer muelle y tal. Señora.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I wish I could be of help, but I can't. Sorry.
Are you able to help me?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Tengo que ir a lo del muelle, pero no sé dónde es. Dando las vueltas pertinentes debería encontrar.
Can I ask you a question?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
Se parece a un juego que salió hace años en la Play 3 que se llama La Noir. Que era... Ya sé cuál es el La Noir. El La Noir es mucho después de los Sherlock, ¿eh? ¿No has jugado ningún Sherlock Holmes? Este es antiguo, pero es un remake. Los Sherlock Holmes tienen muchísimos más años que el La Noir.
Could you help me?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer.
El del puto barco no
You should
sabe
ask
dónde
someone else.
está el muelle atrás. ¡Ah, mira, 3!
Not in the mood, mate. Shoo!
Es este.
Pardon me, sir. I am looking for Roy...
Not again. Yes, I'm Roy, but I can't help you find your uncle or whoever you've lost.
Now, what makes you think I would inquire about missing people?
You are the fourth person to ask this week. Just because I work at the port doesn't mean I keep track of everyone who comes here.
You say we are not the first to ask you about a disappearance. Do you recall anything about those who came inquiring?
I only remember the foreign woman. I didn't catch her name, but those are her posters hanging up everywhere. She has badgered me twice now, and I still don't know nothing.
And this woman can be found?
No clue. She was talking gibberish.
May I ask what you're doing?
This is where the ship sank the other day. I'm trying to work out how we'll remove it.
Where was I?
Observar. robado? No, yo creo que le han... que es corrupto.
Have you seen this before?
My card? Where did you dig that up?
At a crime scene near Baker Street involving a young servant's kidnapping, I might add.
No. Someone used it without my consent. How else would it end up there? Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. Can't help you there, mate. What are you on about?
I have been told that you hired Dea's son, Girves, right before he vanished. His brother also said you had a metal eye. What do you make of this?
Tell that him to stop making things up.
A ver, ojo de metal no tiene. Se pensaría que la otra persona que sí que es quien ha sido es este, que, o sea, se confunde de nombre o algo así.
That boat explosion stopped most traffic coming into the port. Guess I'll be without work for a while.
Moskva. Sounds like this ship was from the east.
My money is on a loose cigarette or a discarded match. One careless throw, and boom.
Wonder why people are going missing. Puts a man on edge, you know.
Eso no ha sido, pero... Alguien tiene la tarjeta de este señor y no le pregunta nada de quién se lo puede haber dado. Esto no creo que pueda hacer nada. Porque... me falta info. Eso me hubiera iluminado. Si hubiera podido hacer algo aquí. Ah, mira. O sea que... sigue faltando info, ¿no? Falta info para que me deje esto.
Are you able to help me?
¡Hola,
Sorry,
Ultra!
sir,
¿Qué
on
tal? Esta no puede nada. A ver, esto es enorme y ya no sé por dónde he ido y por dónde no. Por aquí he ido. Hay que preguntar por el señor del ojo de metal. Aún así, no me sale aquí el dibujito. O sea, me sale... ¿Qué significaba eso? Se ve chulo el game. ¡Es chuli! A mí me gustan bastante los de Sherlock Holmes. Este es un remake de uno anterior y está guay. A ver, más papeles. Necesitan hombres fuertes para... no sé... los miércoles. Carpintero y marinos. La chefa, oficina de correos del Lidenhall Street. Todo esto tiene que ser info.
Is this familiar to you?
It is a shame I can't answer your question.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
Look, sorry, I know nothing.
Uy, esta está medio drogada. Y el señor meando no le voy a preguntar. A ver.
Is this familiar to you?
I can't tell you because I don't know.
Se está ahí como llamando a la puerta para que le abra algo. Por aquí he ido antes. Es la puerta por la que he salido de este, pero voy a ir por otra puerta porque había otra. Aquella de allí. Voy a volver a hablar con esta señorita. Ahí está.
Have you ever heard of a man with a metallic eye?
I've seen him even. Dirty Summers is the name. A nasty lout, with a silver ball in place of a missing eye.
Summers.
Shudder to ask, but where does one find a dirty Summers?
He likely signed on with a ship. I am not one to spy on others, let alone him.
I see.
My advice, keep away from him.
Vale. Ahí ya me sale Somers. Vale. Y el otro será el cómplice, que es lo que pensaba. Veremos. Pues no, pero yo lo sé. Y esto del dónde está, pues todavía falta información, creo yo. A ver. Falta info de dónde está. Vale. Fijar. Hay que buscar a Somers. ¿Dónde está el cabrón este? Esto lo vi ahora. Lo he mirado antes. No creo que nada. Esta era la otra puerta. A ver dónde lleva. Esta zona de aquí.
It's a large harbor. If our kidnapper is hiding here, finding him won't be easy.
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer.
Tengo que estar preguntando a todo el mundo a ver si alguien conoce a Somers. A ver, por favor, Watson.
Are you able to help me?
Sorry, sir. Can't help you.
Aquí es por donde he llegado. Vale, das la vuelta por ahí. Vale. Debería preguntar al Roy mismo que dónde coño está Somers. O sea, ese seguro que lo sabe. A ver, estaba por aquí arriba. Estaba en la otra punta. Ahí está. A ver si me dice algo.
What are you gawping at?
Mr. Soulsby, you know more than you're letting on.
What makes you say that?
A man named Dirty Summers was involved in some recent kidnappings across London. He used your name as a cover for his deeds.
What? Really? That doesn't mean I'm involved, though.
Estaba el niño que decía lo de... Lo de que el tío tenía ese nombre. O sea, que era el Soulsby.
Your calling card was found at the crime scene. That's enough to make you a suspect.
You cannot be serious.
Yes.
It's true. And that's before mentioning your gold watch. It's brand new and awfully expensive for a customs officer. Clearly you have found yourself another source of income. I'm sure Scotland Yard will be delighted to investigate further.
All right, stop. Look, it's not as it seems. I did not partake in the kidnappings.
I'm all ears, Mr. Soulsby.
Yes, I know Summers. He paid me to turn a blind eye to his business in the warehouse area. Just that. On my word.
You did not tell me which warehouse he used?
I do not recall, but I used red paint to mark unsupervised warehouses. Ought to be one of them.
What else can you say of Summers?
He's a regular at the Cursed Mermaid. Goes there with his crew almost every evening.
What for?
I don't know. I assumed just for a drink.
Vale. Ha marcado con rojo los sitios visitables que podría haberse metido el tío. Y por otro lado, por las noches va al bar ese, que es el del inicio. Entonces, a ver, almacén que esté pintado rojo, madre mía. A saber, tío. Aquí me sale esto también. Vale, ahí salen los muelles. Puedes hacer viaje rápido entre estas cositas, pero primero tengo que encontrar dónde está marcado en rojo el almacén. Mira, esto tiene rojo. Pero claro, ponía que había varios pintados y que tiene que ser uno de ellos. Vete a saber. Tampoco puedo entrar en ellos ni nada. O sea. No sé si ir directamente a la sirena maldita, si estará ahí o todavía no. Yo creo que tengo que encontrar el almacén primero. No me especifica mucho, que digamos.
Do you know anything about this?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Vete a saber, porque los almacenes y tal no puedo montar nada. El 3... no sé dónde están todos los almacenes.
Can you satisfy my curiosity? Sorry, sir.
No creo que me digan nada porque está marcado lo de... No se ha actualizado eso. No tengo para preguntar dónde están almacenes. No. Lo mismo de antes que no se ve nada. A ver aquí. ¿Qué era lo del principio? A ver, puedo intentar ir aquí dentro a ver qué pasa.
Why do I have the feeling that you know more about dirty summers than you're letting on?
I have nothing more to add.
Hombre, como que está todas las noches ahí.
I failed to follow. Are you finished? I have glasses to wash. I am.
Se supone que una de ellas tenía que poner lo de que está ahí todas las noches. No sé qué le he dado antes, Le he dado aquí, creo. No me acuerdo. Es que no... No sé nada de esto.
Enough.
Vale,
I have hard evidence that Summers was involved in recent kidnappings across London.
I'm not surprised. So what?
A customs officer, Roy Soulsby, testified that Summers was a regular here.
Eso es a lo que quería llegar, pero tenía que poner primero lo otro.
All I know is his drinks order. Hard to make heads or tails of this.
Mierda. No. Esto. No, coño. Es que se ha movido todo de sitio. Me estoy liando, tío. A ver. Cada vez que le doy se cambia todo de sitio. Primero tengo que decirle... No, ese no. Este no. Este es el segundo. Esto es el segundo. Esto de que cómplice y no sé qué. Vale. Luego. Ah, no. Primero. Entonces lo he hecho bien, coño. Primero. Lo de que cómplice. Luego. Ese que no sabe nada de desapariciones. Y. A ver. ¡Ah! A ver, otra vez. Cómplice. No sabe nada. No es ese.
All I know.
If the lives of the missing do not concern you, then I would urge you to think about your unborn child.
Are you threatening me?
Nothing of the sort, but that doesn't mean that there won't be consequences for your silence. Everyone knows you happily served Summers and his crew. Should the police come knocking, you'll be the one going away. And none of us wish to see you raise a child behind bars. Now, spare yourself the trouble and tell me all you know.
Okay. Summers hired my private room. I think he used it to recruit me. But I haven't seen him in a few days. He paid me cash, so I paid him no attention. Nor did I touch anything inside. Here's the key. Go and do what you will. Just leave me out of it.
¿Qué estás haciendo liándola? Hombre, pongo esto bien. Ah, se ha quedado medio. Vale. Fijar. La sala privada del pub. Vale. Y la sala privada es... Porque aquí la puerta ha entrado por allí. Por aquí.
The hairs on the back of my neck stood up. $5. That won't go far.
Lona de calidad empaquetada en cajas de madera. No sé qué. Arañazos.
Strange symbols. I don't recognize them.
Trabajo es mover cajas en la zona de los depósitos. Hombres en sitio y contratables en la sala privada del pub. Y sigue habiendo una puerta por ahí. Que no sé. Ah, esta. Ah, no, estoy para atrás. ¿Y cuál es la sala? Ahí. ¿Cuál es el sitio? A ver. En uno de los almacenes pintado de rojo que hemos dicho antes, estará ahí. Hojas de lona. Este es el depósito de lona que está en la pintura roja. Depósito de lona tiene que estar. Y ahora ahí, esto sí que hay que buscar dónde coño está y preguntar.
How can I help? I could try and flag someone down.
No eres.
Help me, please.
I wish I could be of help, but I can't. Sorry.
Do you know anything about this?
I'm sorry, but I don't know anything.
May I ask you something?
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Is this familiar to you?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
May I ask for your assistance?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Are you able to help me?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer.
¿A quién
You
coño
should ask
conoce?
someone else.
Eso tengo que encontrar. A ver, había uno que era tenía rojo fuera, pero no tengo ni idea si es ese o no. Estaba justo al lado de donde estaba el otro. Mucha casualidad, ¿no?
Is this familiar to you?
No, sir, I've never heard of it.
May I ask you something?
No, sir. I never heard of it.
Yo voy yendo al que he visto antes pintado.
Are you able to help me?
I can't tell you because I don't know.
Epa, mira.
Unlikely that this warehouse has the goods.
No, que no. Son estos almacenes.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, sir. I can't help you.
Could you help me?
Oh, sorry, I know nothing.
Can I ask you a question?
As much as I'd like to help you, I know nothing about this.
Por aquí no he pasado.
Excuse me, just one question.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you.
Almacenes me cuenta ahora, ¿ves?
Is this familiar to you?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Esa de antes me ha dicho que no.
May I ask for your assistance?
Look, sorry, I know nothing.
Esta la drogada antes.
Could you help me?
I don't think anyone here knows the answer. You should ask someone else.
Can I ask you a question?
Tsushima can't answer your question.
Is this familiar to you?
I don't think
Nadie sabe
anyone here
nada,
knows the
tío.
answer. You should ask someone else.
Pues el 8S tiene la puta raja ahí. ¿Por qué se me dice que no es? Tiene todo rojo en la puerta. Mira, aquí hay otro. ¿Este sí? Vale. A ver. Cerradura externa. Por LT. Vamos a abrir. O esto, tío. Vale. Uf. ¿Qué? A ver. Este un punto más, el otro menos y el otro más. Me lío con los botones, tío. A ver, LT. Ajustar, uno más. Yo creo que A ver. Vale, me falta el del medio 2 más y el último 2 menos. No. Uno más y menos. A ver. Vale, sí. El del medio más, el último menos. ¿Te parecen iguales? El del centro. Ah, claro, porque es al revés. Claro, es más pequeñito lo de abajo y... Vale. Vale, sí. Por fin.
Really, Holmes, this ought to be beneath you. As my brother would say, it is for the greater good. The layers of rust will prevent any movement. This crank saw some use. Good quality, but torn in many spots. Mold. That's why you don't leave sailcloth lying out. couple of marks on this end. The scratches are fresh, left by something metallic. Well oiled and well maintained. Fit for a crank.
La manivelita.
It's stuck. No one's used it in a very long time.
No hace ni la animación de hacer así, tío. Vale, he apartado eso de abajo.
A hidden passage, just as I expected. Wait here,
Vale.
Watson, and keep an eye on the doors. I'll scout the premises.
Will do. Be careful down there.
Yo un sombrero ahora, yo no lo he puesto. Míralo. Ahora.
Wait, what's happening?
¡Ah! ¿Qué coño? ¡Hola, Fury! ¿Qué tal? ¿Dónde estoy ahora?
What is this place? Where am I? Strangely cold. Something is missing. This cannot have been under the port of London all along. Is it an illusion? Only way forward is the abyss.
O sea, que me tengo que tirar al vacío. ¡Ah! Sí.
Phew. I didn't
Pensé que
die.
era el masacre en Texas. No. El Sherlock Holmes. Vale, ya tengo la pieza esta.
It is icy cold and pulsating.
¿Qué culo me voy a tirar?
My heart, be calm.
Epa. Va por tiempo. ¡Ah! Se van cayendo mierdas de esas, cada vez que le doy. ¿Son los intentos o algo? Es cuando corro, tengo que ir caminando. Si corro se va a la mierda. Vale, porque cuanto más me acerco... ¿No? ¿O qué? Vale, no, tenía que correr caminando. Si corría, se cerraba.
How? It's harder to breathe here.
Coño, esto son las drogas, tío, que te han dejado tonto.
It's like it stares right through me.
Tengo que tirarme también. Aquí, o sea, no. Qué calorazo tengo, joder. ¿Se me tiro aquí? Oh, no. Creo que no. ¡Oh! Pues sí. Al avanzar, eso se va moviendo. Pero si vuelvo aquí, o sea, tengo que... Eso tiene que estar así montado. Y... Oh. Y tengo que tirarme, creo. Pero... Pero se acaba de caer. Cuando estoy... Como que no acaba de encajar, ¿eh? No. Hace mucho calor en Barcelona en este momento porque Madrid está fresco estos días. A ver, no hace el calor de antes, pero no sé qué pasa hoy. Que es que no noto aire, noto humedad. Bueno, a ver, Barcelona es húmedo, ¿vale? En Madrid no tanto. Barcelona es muy húmedo y está así medio nublado y tal, pero noto un calor. Además en el cuarto, aunque sea grande, está el ordenador encima, que también da calor. Y es como estoy sudando, tío, o sea, no sé. Fuera en la calle se está bien. Creo que tengo que pillar el punto en el que lanzarme al vacío. Ah, quedarme aquí. ¿Sí o qué? Vale. Vale. Hola, ¿qué hago?
It's like it stares right through me.
A ver, me tiro o no sé. Tengo que volver aquí. A ver qué pasa, no sé. Más raro, tío. No sé, no. Da igual, no afecta. Tengo que entrar por esa puerta que no se abre, no sé cómo se tiene que abrir. Ah, vale, joder. Vale. Para atrás.
My head is already spinning. When will this end?
Soy yo. Se abren, vale.
On my head. What just
Vale.
happened?
Esa, nada. A ver esta. Oh, las pisadas.
It's rather frustrating.
Salgo mirando hacia la que entra. Vale. Aquí sale para allá. Por lo tanto, vuelvo para aquí. Ah. Y está nada, no hay nada por aquí. ¿Y qué hago con esto? Vale, ¿dónde para atrás?
The stench.
Otra pipita.
Strange stone. It almost feels alive. One down, one to go.
Ah, falta otra. Vale, eso es la otra puerta que tenía también pisadas. No. Esta tenía pisadas también en el suelo. ¿Qué hago? Mira. Ahora sí. ¡Eh! Ha funcionado por un momento. ¿Lo mismo de antes de no mirar? ¿O qué? Claro, pero aquí las pisadas salen bien. O hasta lo he hecho por un momento. No sé cómo lo he hecho. No lo he hecho, tío. Me he puesto a mirar aquí en el techo. No sé si es que es no mirar. No mirar, pero recto.
Oh, that's just truly revolting.
Frozen and pulsing almost like it has a heart.
No salta ni nada de esto. Tío, esa puto salta, coño. No tiene saltar ni nada. La mierda. Ah, mira esto. Correcto.
Did I get out? John?
What is it, Holmes?
¿Y esa bola? Es un poco... Cthulhu, ¿no?
Watson. Holmes, where are you? Holmes. Holmes. Are you all right?
Fine. Watson, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Fine? By Jove, you should have heard the way you called out my name.
It was just a game of shadows.
I'm glad. This place gives me the chills. What are we dealing with?
Something that's finally interesting.
I hope we're close to finding our answers. This place is unsettling.
His abdomen is severely bloated. Cyanosis of the lips, marks on the neck. This man was strangled.
Vale, a ver, aquí tengo que encontrar info.
An American passport. Amos Colby. Someone got their hands dirty painting this with blood.
Costa, no sé qué. Sangre. Monedas.
At least 24 pendants.
Bueno, si dan los
identical are made
colgantes,
of
que son los que regalaba el tío ahí, y supongo que para que funcione luego el ritual. Vale, hay una dirección.
I've never seen a pattern like this before. Old blood stains. This box contained a narcotic substance, much like the one in Kimihia's brazier. This box
No. Aquí.
Black Edelweiss Institute, established 17 something.
Vale.
It seems made for simple experiments. I wager they could not afford a better set. What on earth? It looks like the scribbling of madmen. Oh, potent. This sensor has more narcotic residues. A small bloodstain, but not serious.
Arañazos, alguien que estaba vivo ahí dentro.
Deep scratches left in a frenzy.
Sí, parece algo de rituales a Cthulhu. Sí, parece Cthulhu total todo. Hasta la daga esa.
The strength it would take to carry this crate, let alone break it. Oh, potent. This sensor has more narcotic residues. Miserable food, mass-produced.
A ver, hay cangrejos, claro.
I must have seen this one
Este cuadro
before.
estaba
It
en otro lado.
explains my hallucinations. These clothes are missing buttons. They were forcefully removed. Dumpra, a staple of lecturemen's attire in Nepal, gathered from dozens of people at the very least.
Coño, ¿en serio no puedo pasar por un papel?
Who are these people?
Pues todos los sacrificados. Este es el detective privado. Estaría investigando las desapariciones. Seguramente. falta info. Vamos a seguir mirando. Estamos casi. Bueno, aquí me lo marca como... Bueno. ¿Qué más? Por aquí nada. Eso es para salir. No sé si... Voy a mirar bien por aquí. Que no falta nada. Aquí. ¡Importante! Ahí está el más ese.
Someone used mud to draw a cross in a wreck. Fine ropework. Cut by a finer blade. These clothes were crudely cut off somewhere. An American, judging by the style.
Vale, a ver, tengo esto, que ya puedo hacerlo. Entonces, a ver. Sale por un lado esto, de gente ahí haciéndole, no, ahogándole, y el otro ahí adorando. Y la otra es... es la otra que es adorando ahí, y el otro ahogándole. Luego aquí esto por un lado, que encajaría, y este por el otro. El cuchillo, yo creo que no, porque no hay rastros de sangre aquí. ¿Este quién es? Pintando ahí. O todos ahí adorando y uno pintando. No lo sé. ¿Estarían todos ahí o solo estaría pintando uno solo? Aquí... Entiendo uno ahí a la fuerza. No, es el otro. Para... No, porque como está el hueco ese, se habrán hecho daño. Y esto de aquí... Tirando ahí la ropa. O rasgándosela. ¿Estaba bien la ropa o estaba rota?
Dumpra, a staple of lecturemen's attire in Nepal. These clothes are missing buttons.
Sí, es que tienen a la
They were
fuerza,
forcefully
correcto.
removed.
Este es a la fuerza, ¿vale? Luego... de arriba a la esquina... Uf, achus. No sé si es ese señor o es alguien random. Me va a validar, va, como lo he puesto. No, el último está mal. No sé si ese señor es alguien random, creo. No, No, pues es con el cuchillo. Ah, para la cuerda. No que la haya
Their
cuchillado.
abductors stripped off their clothes and discarded them in a pile. The prisoners were kept in a soporific trance by the use of narcotics. A few tried to resist, but alas, in vain. After a few days, everyone was stuffed in a crate and sent elsewhere. Only one captive was left behind. He was strangled to death on this altar.
What the hell is happening, Holmes?
Calm yourself.
Coño.
Cannot be. What is it? Oh my God.
Ay, ay.
Please tell me we found all we needed to, Holmes.
I think we found a bit more than that.
Yet we have no clue as to where those people have been taken.
And that's where you're wrong, Watson. We have more than enough. I just need to connect the dots. How about you pack your suitcase in the meantime, my dear fellow? Just in case.
Vale, voy a ir un momento al baño ahora. Voy a aprovechar un momentito que me estoy meando un montón. Ya hace horas que no voy, así que vuelvo en un momentito de nada, ¿vale? No tardo nada. Vale. Ya está. He traído a la gatita que no sé si se llega a ver. ¿Se ve? No sé. Bueno, está ahí en la esquina. Vale. Podemos seguir. A lo mejor quiere venirse. Bueno, no sé, ya haga lo que quiera. A ver. Vale, esto black no sé qué es. Si tengo que ir para allá. Archivos. Es que tengan el libro abierto. Y buscas info en los archivos sobre eso. Vale. Con el libro, pues... este. Fijar. Entonces... ¿dónde tengo que mirar?
It's hard to know how much to pack. I might bring a spare notebook just in case.
Before I leave, I should know where I'm going.
Bueno, pero... ¿dónde busco la info? Joder, parece carnicero esto. ¿Dónde lo busco eso? En Y, busca los archivos, vale. El siglo XVIII, Instituto Black Edelweiss, Suiza, pues Europa, 18, sector, instituto, pues en educación, tipo... pública, no sé, es un instituto, es público o privado, no sé, depende, ¿no? Ah, solo puedo escoger 3 cosas de esas, vale. Europa segura, fecha 18 y sector o tipo, no sé, es que tipo, no sé, no es educación. Joder. Medicina. Medicina. Enfermedades mentales y adicciones. Profesora Wigax.
Dr. Watson, how does a trip to Switzerland sound to you?
It sounds unexpected. What makes you think we should head there?
It's all about the box with narcotics and Mr. Colby's clue, the cross inside a rectangle. Put 2 and 2 together, add a dash of research, and what do you get? The Black Edelweiss Institute in Interlaken, Switzerland. If we hurry, we can still catch tonight's train.
Vámonos.
As grateful as I have been for your company, Dr. Watson, I'm afraid you shall have to investigate Edelweiss alone.
Hello? Mr. Holmes, I fear you overestimate my abilities.
Nonsense. You are a military man, a bastion of British courage.
I'm no such thing. As a doctor, I avoided most combat, save for one dreadful day. My troop was ambushed in a village with innocents caught in the crossfire. Too many to help.
The man with the rosary. He was one of them?
A translator, yes. We were trapped. 6 soldiers and myself. I thought it was the end. But Lieutenant Paget refused to go quietly. The men prepared for a final stand. I rose to follow, but Paget shook his head. He told me to run. That I had other men to save. They charged, and I fled through the rear. So you see, Mr. Holmes, I am a coward.
The logic seems inescapable.
Yes.
You, a surgeon by trade, would have been perfectly useless in that conflict.
What? No.
And how many men have you helped since? Ailments eased, troubles tended?
No more than a handful. Truth be told, I have become somewhat of a recluse.
How many people could you help with 30 years ahead of you? Dozens? Hundreds? Paget was correct. You can cease your self-recrimination.
Holmes, I don't know what to say.
I would start with, I am Dr. John Watson, may I look around? The Edelweiss staff will doubtless be eager to show off their facilities to a fellow physician. I have already taken the liberty of sending a letter on your behalf to request a visit.
And what of you?
I shall be pursuing other avenues. Should you see anything troublesome or improper, simply notify the local authorities. Otherwise, try a little analysis yourself. You know my methods. Apply them.
Capítulo 3. Qué lugar más raro, tío. Terror. Vale, a ver. Ahora que cambio de nivel, o sea, de historia, voy a guardar. Y voy a dejarlo aquí, más que nada porque si no se me va a hacer tarde, que tengo que ir a comprar comida y eso, y estoy sin nada, pues no voy a poder cenar nada, tengo que ir a comprar y... Entonces, bueno, pues lo dejo aquí por eso, porque si no... Mal, bueno, tampoco he podido ver antes. Así que, bueno, hemos hecho 2 capitulitos y el tercero, pues seguiremos el próximo día, que el juego está guay, me lo terminaré seguro, porque a mí me gustan los de Sherlock Holmes. Y es como los antiguos, porque al final es uno antiguo, pero remasterizado y tal. Y seguiremos con el jueguito el próximo día, ¿vale? Así que besitos y nos vemos pronto. ¡Adiós!